Only one type of burger. For every pallet. Fries are extra. Large in size. We've got the shakes. Going over the brim.
Hey, this is Chris from JCW's. Put a positive, delicious spin on your day at any one of our 5 locations. In Lehigh, American Fork, Provo, South Jordan, or Harriman. JCW's, quality and a lot of it.
Celebrating the grand opening of the Bullfrog Spas factory store in Billings. From March 6th to 16th, purchase a Bullfrog Spas premium hot tub or swim spa and receive up to $3,000 off MSRP, plus a free essentials accessory package. Bullfrog Spa's patented and customizable jetpack therapy system allows you to choose your desired jetpacks for optimal relaxation and pain relief. Visit our new showroom in Billings today or online at bullfrogspas.com.
Mark Harlan's been nominated for the Sports Business Journal's Athletic Director of the Year Award as part of the 2026 Sports Business Awards. What do you think of his chances?
Great.
Why?
Because he's nominated.
Oh, I assume it's going to go to the guy in Indiana who turned around a hopeless football team. Scott Dolson.
Did he turn it around, or is that
He's been AD 6 years. He hired the coach 3 years ago, so I think he'll get to take a bow.
He'll get to take a bow.
And the winner is...
There's 5 nominees.
Oh, who are they?
So he's got a 25% chance to win.
That's not how it works, but thanks for getting me to say that. That's good. That's 225.
Vanderbilt. How about Vanderbilt? Candace Story Lee.
Football on the rise. They've got other good programs
How about basketball?
there.
They got to the conference final, didn't they?
So
and baseball
I
rocks.
can see baseball's been awesome for a while. They've won it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good.
And football, like Indiana, been down for a long time, but they're up. Not up as high as Indiana, but they're definitely.
There's
definitely
one guy
good.
I hope who doesn't win it. Kirby Hokut from Texas Tech.
He recruited one booster. Good work,
Cody.
dude.
Cody Campbell.
Cody Campbell's the AD. He's on the board of regents.
I think he's the prez.
He's the president of the board of regents now. Yeah.
Yeah. And
we know who's running the show.
He played there. Yeah. And it was so apropos, I guess, when as soon as I turned left to go into the parking lot at AT&T Stadium where the Dallas Cowboys play, where the conference final was going to be, first thing I see is a truck, and in the back of the entire window of the back of the truck, a pickup truck, Cody Campbell for president. That's the very first thing I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, he's largely the reason.
We'll nominate you, but we're not giving it to you because you got Cody standing over your shoulder with billions of dollars.
And as you say, Dolson from Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, I assume.
And then Dan Bartholomew.
This is
from Western Michigan, and obviously Mark Harlan, the U of U. That's prestigious to be nominated if there's only 5.
This is like All-America teams. Like, I think lots of people do it. There's a College Athletic Director Association, and they give out awards. And this one, so if you search it, you'll find multiple awards popping up. Just like with an All-America team. You know, AP has one.
But this is Sports Business Journals.
Yeah,
I mean,
they do a whole
SBJ.
You love award shows. Apparently, they do their own award show, and they've got like I don't know what it is, 20 categories. I don't know. It's a lot, and this is one of them.
I find it fascinating why Mark Harlan, to an extent, is hated by obviously BYU. We get the rivalry there, and he did what he did with that one game.
Yeah.
But I also find a fair amount of folks within the U of U don't like him. And I wonder why.
Fair amount might underestimate that.
Why? Why is that so? I like the guy.
There are multiple reasons. One of them is he's let people go, and they're local people, and they stick around, and their stories spread through the community because we're pretty tightly knit here. And so I think that's a big part of it.
I've heard it firsthand. Not secondhand, firsthand.
Firsthand, right.
That's always a sticky situation there.
I get it.
because you got people. See, Chris Hill, I don't know that we'll ever have an athletic director with that much tenure, basically 30 years. And all the changes that they went through from when Chris was in his 30s and got the job to when he was like 67 or so that he retired.
The football coaches working in the Huntsman Center. Then they built a football facility. Then they tore it down and built one so big and so massive that literally everyone on the staff was calling it the Death Star as they were building it. It blew everybody's minds. The fact they went from the WAC to the Mountain West to the Pac-12, the fact they went from football afterthought, also ran playing in front of maybe 15,000 people. Some of those games I went to when I first moved to town, there was a San Diego State game. Dad's like, you think we'll be able to get tickets? Yeah, Dad, we'll be able to get tickets. That's not going to be a problem. To all of a sudden, the stadium is 45,000 and you're undefeated and you're busting the BCS in an era when no one thought that was possible. It absolutely wasn't possible.
So Pops came up to go to a game?
He did.
Nice.
Yeah. So one of my brothers, he went to a road game.
Yeah, I would expect that.
Yeah.
Who won?
My brother came up for a...
Not your brother, your father.
Utah won. San Diego State's offense was challenged in that era, and your defense smothered them.
Did you guys go out and drown your sorrows afterward?
You know who the quarterback was?
For who?
San Diego State. Minnesota Vikings head coach, I think. I think it was O'Connell here.
So what did you guys do afterward?
Went home. Go out and drown sorrows with my dad.
What's wrong with that?
There's a certain desperate feel to it.
I know, but you lost the game.
You lost a football game. So you went and got hammered.
I didn't say
with your dad.
Hammered.
Drowned your sorrows. That's what you said. 2:25.
It did not have to be a mind-altering beverage.
I'm parsing every word. Now, we watched plenty of San Diego.
I never asked you, did you get loaded?
We watched plenty of San Diego State losses. We knew exactly how to handle it. We just got up and walked out like, yep, they lost that one. There you go. Well, what are you going to do?
So they had phenomenal changes, and it was a tight-knit group there.
Yes, it was.
There wasn't a lot of turnover.
And breaking that tight-knit group up, which definitely happened.
For decades there.
Yeah.
And so he comes in, wants his own people. That's always a sticky situation.
Okay. So,
not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's a sticky situation.
Right. One thing that's bothered a lot of people is there have been a lot of NDAs signed, and there are people who won't talk. I have been told, I have an NDA. Leave me alone. Leave me alone was inferred. It wasn't said, but it was clearly inferred. Like, don't get me in trouble. Just leave me alone. So I did. Okay, you signed an NDA. Let's talk about the weather.
It's there, yeah.
Yeah. So I think
But does he have a right to have his own people?
Yes, but I think that you also have to keep winning at the same clip or a higher clip. And that's
I'm talking about the organization people, not that... Sports
but you can't. How do you?
Associate athletic directors and that does that determine winning?
For a lot of the fans, they can't separate the two. And you've seen this firsthand in other situations. You've seen stuff where that doesn't look right, that doesn't smell right, that doesn't sound right, but they're winning. So okay,
that's for sure.
The bad thing for Harlan is that he took over a football team that was winning, so he doesn't get real credit for the winning.
Okay, but now he's got his guy in there. Starts today.
Yes. And
Literally
there's comments,
today.
and we'll get to that. There's comments about that.
Because
yes.
Morgan Scalley is meeting with the media today.
I will be there.
I'm flying out, so I can't be there.
Right. You're going to the NCAA
tournament. I would
tournament.
be there.
Right.
I want to be there. I wish it was yesterday.
Yes. So there's that. Basketball, there's a lot of longtime Ute fans who are mad. Now, basketball was down under Chris Hill for the last decade of his tenure.
Right.
It didn't go that well. Krzyzewski had 2 good years. 2 years that the fan base would embrace like crazy right now. Honestly, 2 years that BYU would embrace like crazy. Right now, I think Cougar fans are like, man, if you could just win the first one and then play a respectable second-round game with Gonzaga and have it, and then that would be what Krzyzewski did, a Sweet 16 followed by a second round. Mm-hmm. It'd be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So
was
there's
a
that.
Startling decline.
It was. There was no hint. It didn't really occur to me, well, those are the good old days, and Krzyzewski is just going to go into a glide path and nothing.
I know.
It didn't occur to me. I was, okay, well, when's
That's
the next
the
NCAA
most
bid? Where are they going?
decline since I've been here. that I did not see happening.
Yeah.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20 to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20.
I did just see on social media this week that they put out something, I guess it was one of the Ute accounts, I don't know if it's sports specific or overall, that the Ute gymnasts had a season high in points at UCLA. And a Ute fan quote tweeted it and said, yeah, and they lost another program in decline under Harlan. Now, I don't think that the skiing, the gymnastics, these Olympic sports are really what drives it. It's mostly football and some men's basketball. But
Well, if you have a program, you want to win.
yes, and they did just win a national championship in skiing. Again, they've been on a roll now.
Doesn't matter what the program is.
Right.
You want to win. Those men, those young women, they're busting it.
Right.
Just as much as anybody else is.
They don't have as much publicity, they don't have as many fans, they don't have as much media, but they work as hard.
Right.
They're as dedicated. They're as emotionally tied into what they're doing.
That's why I always respected women's basketball
Right.
out there, because I saw them working just as hard as anybody else.
So there's a sport that's also, and it's new in the Big 12, but they were a Sweet 16 team, so it's down, relatively speaking. It's not that far down, but it is down. They missed the tournament.
He had to get, they were first, third
Yeah,
out. You were right there. And the thing about it now is that everybody is his hire.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, in the case of some of these sports, more than once.
Right. So it
now
took a while.
Football is his hire.
Yeah.
He's on his second men's basketball coach. I think the other thing you have to look at is
he fired Larry, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what. Well, so it'd be his third, but his second hire.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does have a president who's pretty involved in sports. He's
from what I understand,
pretty involved.
Is he likes him?
Yeah. Well, he knows. I mean, to be a president, this is going to sound bad when I say it, and I don't mean it that way. But to be a president of the university system, you got to be a politician. You have to be. There's too many constituencies. There's too many people to keep happy.
I think that's just about in any leadership job.
That could well be, right? But at the introduction of Morgan Scally, which was more of a pep rally, we already knew it was him, and he's local, so he doesn't need to be introduced. But it's the way you do things, so of course they were going to have something official at some point.
Yeah.
The president of the school gets up and publicly and directly compliments the athletic director because he knows. He knows there's all these complaints out there. That was not an accident.
Right.
I would say that the biggest challenge hasn't happened yet. And it's like an all or nothing thing, and it trumps so much of what comes before, whether what has come before us for better or worse. We have been told multiple times that we are, going to have major realignment at the end of the decade. Now it's possible we don't. People get to change their mind, and maybe it doesn't happen. But under the assumption that we've been told this so often that it's really going to happen, if it happens and it's really big, does Utah get across the line into whatever this new thing is? Whether it's the Big Ten declaring, well, we're a 32-team league and we're the national governing body, move over NCAA, we're running the show. Or whether it looks like something else. Whatever it looks like, does Utah get in? Because if they do, then the Mark Harlan era has been a success regardless of how much basketball struggles. And regardless of whether Morgan wins 8 or 10, if they get in, it is such a big deal.
I think you got to win, though.
You probably do. They probably go hand in hand.
So I don't think it's...
Because you're going to have to win to get the money raised.
Yeah.
And you're going to have the money to get it. It probably is all tied up. But getting across that line is a huge deal.
How much is that going to be on him?
It's going to be on the president too, and this is why presidents are more involved in athletics than ever
They
before.
have to
Yeah, the Indiana AD gets this, and of course he's been given this. His football coach Dolson's been giving Cignetti just all these races, and I think Cignetti's up at like 12 or 13 million, depending on bonuses and how much he can hit. And I saw a story laid out. It was like they can do direct math with out-of-state students, the number who are in, how much money they pay. And it's like the story was pointing out, like he's worth 70, 80, 90 million. Giving him 12 is it's a no-brainer. Now, you would like to think that maybe colleges work differently, but that's how people apply and how they spend their money, so it's the way it is.
Uh-huh.
So I get why presidents are getting more involved in this. And to a certain degree, what can the AD tell his boss, whether you're the AD at Utah or the AD at Indiana or the AD wherever, if your president's that involved. It used to be, certainly in the Chris Hill era, Chris was over there, he did his thing, he went to meetings, he reported, but I don't think he had that many people who are that hands-on. To that degree, it's just like, well, it's the 2020s, it's a different era.
I mean, it was
it's a different
so
era.
quaint.
Right, yeah.
And now if you ever thought it wasn't, it certainly is now manifested 1,000 times over in terms of big business.
I think, and we didn't get any comments on this specifically. We got lots of comments. You can go read them all on our Facebook page, DJ and PK, and a lot of them were negative and were shots and all that. I mean, what they do, we heard about this new financing they're going to do with, private equity and all that.
That's
and then
important.
It's gotten quiet, and we haven't heard about it being finished. And maybe quietly it is, and it's getting done. But it's just like, is this thing going to get dragged out like the Pac-12 thing did? And is it going to happen or not? And some of these things are complicated, and they just take time. So I don't know what's going on there, but that seems like, to your point, a big deal about the money they're going to need to compete at the level they're going to be at to get an invitation to whatever it is that the power brokers are going to create in 2030. So we can go on and on about this program won and this program lost and this coach is a great hire and this wasn't. You got to get across that finish line.
They can do everything in their power and still not be selected. And hopefully they are. I hope both schools are.
Right. Well, and I have seen BYU mentioned more and more than that. For a while, I never saw BYU mentioned in those. And everything that you see, though, there's a little smoke. There might be a little truth, but it still feels like a lot of what we're seeing is a bunch of back-of-the-envelope type calculations about which schools get in and which don't.
Yeah.
And we don't know if they're going to piecemeal it. Like if the Big Ten goes to 20, it'll be a big deal. But if they go to 24, 28, or 32, what are they thinking? How many schools are they going to pull in?
Whatever TV tells them to.
There is that maybe they'll just do some short-term equation. That's why I wonder if they'll just go to 20 and kick the can down the road 5 years.
Maybe so.
Sign a 5-year TV deal. All of this is hinging, too. The NFL is reopening and demanding more money from the network, so who knows what this is going to look like.
But I think they're positioned well. But I do think now, with the change in football, because that was, to say the least, minimally controversial, the way it played out.
Messy.
Okay, if you want to go there. And I'm fine with you want to go there. I've got no problem with that. Having spoken to people on the other side, I don't want to rehash all that stuff. But now it's important that Morgan Scalley's tenure be extremely successful.
Then how do you define extremely successful?
What Kyle did.
Ooh. A Sugar Bowl and 2 Rose Bowls,
that's
the equivalent
a lot.
in the playoff era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. With Texas Tech.
Well, you don't go back.
I know.
Nobody wants to go back.
I know.
Sure, I'm just.
Yeah,
But if you don't have,
he set the bar.
We just talked about Texas Tech.
I got no problem saying it.
We just talked about Texas Tech and all the money. Now the playoff may change, and maybe the Big 12 gets 2 or 3 in.
That's what I'm talking about. And so they can lose to Tech all they want, get to the playoff and win.
Right. All right, DJ and PK, it's 97.5.
And before we go, we talked about how we compared Tech to Oregon. Mm-hmm. It's not like Oregon won every single year.
No, they did not.
Right.
They did not. And
so
they
I don't think Tech is going to win every single year.
They had a mishire that looked good when it started, but then it went wrong, but then they corrected. Now, they've had to deal with multiple people leaving for other jobs.
Well, Scalley ain't leaving.
No.
Born here, die here. It's like Joe DiMaggio. No.
Well,
Joe Garagiola and Yogi Berra, they were baptized in the same church in St. Louis on the Hill in the Italian section. Mm-hmm. They were married in the same church, and their funerals were in the same church.
That's where it happens.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
And that's what we have with Morgan Scally.
Yeah. All right, DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.